Good day, we are the FaUX-UIzards, and in this video we'll be presenting our initial user interface design and user experience research. This project is divided into three main subtasks: user research, where we outline who our users are and uncover their needs; user journey map, where we visualize the key user processes to complete a task; and lastly, the empathy map, where we organize all our findings into four simple categories. To begin, we start with our user research, where our main topic and inquiry is how college students navigate YouTube's user interface to find educational videos/content creators, which is intended to assist us in the creation of an app for curated educational videos categorized per program and specific subject. In order to carry out this research, we've interviewed 3 respondents who fit our criteria of being a college student from later year levels. If you would like to listen to the raw audio transcript, you may pause the video and refer to these links. But to summarize, we asked our respondents 8 questions with respective follow-ups to learn more about their user steps, feelings, and difficulties with each process. For their user needs, we learned about how impactful educational content can be in assisting with academics, with the topics they search for aligning with their program and the individual courses they take. Their answers also indicate a mix between supplementing for course deficiencies and curiosity. You may pause the video and quickly scan our respondents' wealth of insights for the different user steps. However, for brevity, respondents shared their experiences about how they navigated YouTube, what criteria they found desirable, whether they tended to watch more videos of a same channel, whether they fully subscribed, and lastly, how they went about sharing the videos they discovered. For how each respondent felt during each user step, they shared an overall positive to neutral response to the process, with only a few instances where they reported any major issues or grievances with YouTube.
Now that we've heard about our respondents and the insights gathered from the interviews, let's see how those experiences come together in a user journey map. The user journey map helps us visualize how each respondent navigates YouTube, from discovering educational content, deciding whether it's worth watching, continuing to engage with the creator, and eventually sharing that content with others. Along the way, it also highlights their goals, thoughts, feelings, pain points, and opportunities for improvement. So let's start with Nina. Nina is a 26-year-old European languages student who mainly uses YouTube whenever she needs extra help with lessons that were not fully explained in class. During the discovery stage, she doesn't really rely on the YouTube's homepage. Instead, she goes straight to the search bar because educational content doesn't usually appear in her recommendations. Once she finds a video, she becomes very careful about checking if it's trustworthy. She looks for academic-looking channel names, checks if there are references or sources, and even looks at engagement to help decide if the video is worth watching. If the content is actually helpful, she'll continue watching similar videos from that channel, but only if they're relevant to her current lessons. Eventually, she'll subscribe to the channel, especially if it appears to be professionally managed. And she'll share useful videos with her classmates through group chats. Overall, Nina's experience is mostly positive, but she still runs into a few challenges. She finds it difficult that educational content is not recommended more often. It's harder to judge a video's quality after the dislike count was removed, and verifying information can take a lot of time. Because of this, we identified opportunities like having a dedicated academic feed, making references easier to find, and adding features that help users identify credible educational creators. Next, we have Hans, a computer science student. Hans usually searches for calculus videos, not just for school requirements, but also because he's genuinely curious about the subject. Similar to Nina, he starts with the search bar, but he also explores YouTube's related videos to keep learning about the same topic. When choosing what to watch, he mostly looks at the number of views and whether he recognizes or trusts the creator. However, because there are so many videos available, he often feels overwhelmed and is not always sure which one is worth watching. If he consistently enjoys a creator's content, he'll subscribe, turn on notifications, and later share helpful videos with classmates through forums or group chats. What stood out in Hans' journey is that the problem is not the lack of educational videos, it's the overwhelming number of choices. This opens opportunities for features like better educational recommendations, improved search filters, and subject specific content that can make finding the right video much easier. Our last persona is Carlene, a multimedia studies student. Unlike the previous two users, Carlene usually discovers tutorials outside of YouTube first. She often comes across short clips on TikTok or Facebook, then searches YouTube for the full tutorial. When choosing a video, she immediately looks at the thumbnail and avoids content that feels repetitive or clickbait. She also prefers short tutorials around 3 to 5 minutes that focus on just one concept, since long videos can feel tiring, especially if she's working on school deadlines. If she enjoys a creator's style, she'll subscribe and usually binge watch their most popular videos. She also shares useful tutorials with classmates and even uses them as references in her academic work. Her journey tells us that the students often prefer educational content that's short, engaging, and straight to the point. Because of this, we suggested opportunities like connecting short-form clips with full tutorials, supporting microlearning, improving content filters, and allowing users to share specific highlights from longer videos. When we compare all three journey maps, we can see a few common patterns. First, all three respondents rely on YouTube's search bar than on its homepage recommendations when looking for educational contents. Second, credibility plays a huge role in whether they'll actually watch a video. They all look for different signs that the information is reliable before investing their time. And finally, while each respondent has different preferences, they all experience some kind of friction, whether it's finding trustworthy content, dealing with too many search results, or staying motivated through long educational videos. Now, these shared experiences become the basis for the opportunities we identified, helping us think about features that could make educational content on YouTube easier to discover, evaluate, and share. Now that we've looked at what our users do throughout their journey, let's take a closer look of what they're thinking and feeling at each step.
Starting with user Nina. She says she focuses on the channel itself, checking usernames and descriptions for credibility. She doesn't browse other content unless it directly matches her lesson, and she only goes back when a topic is mentioned in class. Notably, she shares educational videos in group chats rather than DMs, seeking short-form content to capture their attention. This shows she is determined and goal-driven, prioritizing trustworthiness above all. Next is user Hans. He says educational videos rarely appear in his feed, so he has to search specifically for them. He values comprehensibility, stating he gets enticed to a channel when he can easily understand their videos. He subscribes but turns off notifications, gradually losing interest if uploads stray from his needs. Overall, Hans is relaxed and laid back, prioritizing personal comfort and his learning journey. Finally, user Carlene. She hates watching long videos, finding multi-part ones boring. She actively seeks summarized content and despises clickbait, calling out the Mr. Beast style. On the flip side, she loves how easily YouTube shares videos, so she quickly sends helpful links to classmates. Carlene feels sluggish about comprehensive content, clearly favoring convenience over thoroughness. The interviews we have conducted had three very different user points of view, in which one is determined, the second is relaxed, and then the last sluggish when it comes to navigating YouTube for educational videos. We discovered that user pain points had to do most with the video's discoverability, quality, engagement, enjoyability, and duration. Thus, in creating an app that is curated for educational videos, we must consider each of these points that they have presented and improve the user experience through features that are intuitive, informative, and most especially accessible.